Yo, how's it going everyone? I know it's been a minute since the last video, but today I wanted to give my predictions for the upcoming July Pokemon Presents. So, as you all know, we got another Presents happening next Tuesday, which is interesting because they announced this about a whole month ago, something that they usually don't do. They usually like to drop these announcements of the next Presents of the week of that Presents. So this is at least telling me that this Presents should be big. Like this should have a lot of news that we want to see. Like at least information about the two big games being Champions and Legends ZA, hopefully. So let's just get to my predictions, shall we? Now, like always, we have to get through the filler before we get to the main meal. So let's get those out of the way, shall we? So starting off, they'll most likely talk about the TV series such as Pokemon Concierge, which will begin like new episodes this September. Which they announced in the last direct in February. They probably want to show off like a bit of the new episodes to keep people like who watch it very excited. Now for me, I couldn't care less, but you know, I feel like someone out there who enjoys it is very excited to see some news about the upcoming season. Moving on to Horizons, maybe a teaser for new episodes. It wasn't at the last Presents, but with ZA getting closer, I can see them showcasing like a few megas to give people hype and all that stuff. Like Roy has that Mega Lucario that he was showing off and all that stuff in the new season. So I feel like they would kind of want to show off some new megas just to showcase, you know, how they look and all that stuff. I know it'd be kind of cool to see some new megas duke it out. Like ever since X and Y and the Elan specials, we haven't really seen megas actually kind of like showcase. I mean, there was journeys, but I mean, those weren't really the focus. Megas weren't really the focus as much as was X and Y and the Elan special. So it'd be kind of cool to see Megas return, and hopefully kind of maybe they may tease like a new one in the episodes, which would be kind of cool, which kind of ties it on to ZA and all that stuff. So yeah, so I can see Orion's kind of promoting ZA a little bit with Megas if they wanted to, which would be kind of cool. All right, well that covers the TV series actually. Now we can jump over to the mobile titles. Listen, I know a few of us are gonna be getting a little bit sleepy as they run through all the mobile updates, but someone out there is very excited to learn about the new Pokemon coming to Kevin Remix and what food item will be made based off of it. The treats do look tasty, but I'm good, Pokemon. Next up is Pokemon Sleep, and well, more than likely they're just gonna show off the next legendary or mythical being added to the game, or possibly new Pokemon that aren't in already. Next, then we have Pokemon Unite, which will probably just showcase the next batch of characters coming to the game and new costumes. Likewise with Pokemon TCG Pocket, showcasing like the next pack coming to the game, or new updated features, whatever. I don't know if I haven't played it in a long time, so I don't know if it's I don't know if trading's there, but they might update trading or whatever. So I can see Pokemon TCG Pocket being a little bit more focused than Remix, Kev Remix and Sleep. Likewise with Unite. I'm gonna guess that the mobile game section will probably be about like 4 minutes long. Looking back at the February Direct, it didn't take a lot of time versus the console games, so we won't have to suffer too long. But I mean, hopefully the Presents is at least 20 minutes long, so this only feels like it only takes up like a very small portion of the Direct, and we can have the rest of the Direct to talk about the games that we actually care about, which is the console games. All right. Now we're talking. The console games. We are finally moving on to the section that presumably most, if not the large majority of people watching, actually care about. At least that's what I care about. I care about more about the console games than the mobile games and the anime and stuff. They're probably going to talk about the next upcoming raids to Scarlet and Violet, and then transition to one of the big games that we need information about, being Pokemon Champions. Now, for all we know, that Champions is most likely a Pokemon battle simulator, but they really didn't outright tell us it's a Pokemon battle simulator. But people are thinking it's like Showdown, or at least similar. We don't know. We don't have anything. We have no information. All we have is the initial sort of maybe non-gameplay trailer they showed us, just saying that yeah, Champions to be made. So I can see them going over like all the different modes like single and doubles, and how we'll be implementing our Pokemon from the main series games over to home, then over to Champions. What I really want to see is just how in-depth Champions actually is. Like, will there be a spectator mode so we can watch other people's battles? Will there be custom rules? More than likely, but confirmed. But I just want to see that. I just want to see, tell them, let them tell us. Ooh, tongue tied there. Anyway, is there like a ladder or a rank system that we can see and compare ourselves to ourselves globally and regionally? Like, is it just single or double battles, or will there be a special game mode like free for all, and not the one in Sun and Moon, but the one similar to Showdown that actually lets you use a full party and battle till all the players Pokemon are knocked out? Because in Sun and Moon, well, free for all was kind of it was kind of lame. It was a good idea, but it was kind of lame. That was one of the issues with Sun and Moon free for all, is that it would literally stop when one player loses their 3 Pokemon, even if everyone else still has some left. It also ran on a point system that took the amount of Pokemon you defeated versus how many you lost and tagged that all together. The Battle Royale was a good idea, but I just feel like they could have done a lot more with it. Also, the main thing we need to see is them showcasing all the gimmicks. We already know Megas and Terra is in the game, in Champions. So show us Z moves and Dynamax and how that all work in Champions. Like, I'm really curious if they're gonna allow us to use every gimmick on one team. Similar to how Ash did in Journeys. For example, can I Mega Evolve my Blaziken and also Dynamax my Garchomp in the same turn while also using a Max Flare with Dynamax Garchomp, setting up Sunny Day so my protected speed boosted Blaziken can get even a bigger boost on the next fire move I use in double battles. Sounds kind of busted, right? But that's what I need. I need to know. I need to see how all these gimmicks are going to work. Oh, one thing, are they going to restrict us to just using a single gimmick per team, or can we just use it all, like I said, like Ash did in Journeys, that we can just do every Pokemon can have, a Mega, you have a Dynamax, you have a Z move, and you have Terrestrialization. So that's 4 Pokemon with 4 different gimmicks that you can just use. So like I said, I need to see how all this is going to play out, and how the competitive scene is going to react to that. I'm not a competitive player, but I would love to see how they react to now be able to just have access to all the gimmicks in one game, or possibly have it all on one team. Like I can see Champions changing up how competitive plays for the foreseeable future, which would be kind of exciting to see. I mean, I don't really watch a lot of competitive Pokemon, but I can, I listen to some Wolfie stuff all the time, here and there while I work. So it's always interesting to see, just what's going on with the battles and how in depth they can actually get versus, the main games where it's kind of like, you're not really, you just press the A all the time. Now, the last game they'll show, and the one I'm most looking forward to, is Pokemon Legends ZA. Now, with the 2 trailers we got, they pretty much showed us the gist of what we'll be doing in the games. Catching Pokemon in and out of the wild zones during the day, and at night we battling in the ZA Royale trying to reach A rank and to get a wish that we don't really know what our wish is. But besides that, and them showing off a few characters, we still don't know as much as we should compared to how Arceus was marketed, or at least how Arceus has their last trailer of Arceus. Things we need to see about Legends ZA is just what the hell is Zygarde doing, and how does it fit into the story? And speaking of story, what is the story exactly? Like, are we just sightseeing and staying at AZ's hotel during the day with Tawny and Urbane? Like, do we sign up with Quasartico and help them with the urban redevelopment plan, which is just a disguise for them to take over Lumino City because they're the evil team of the game, much like how Ether Nation was in Sun and Moon? Don't quote me on that. That's just me speculating here. But we need an evil team or evil group or whatever, and obviously Quasartico is definitely the evil nature or the business that is good on the surface, but underneath they're gathering, I don't know, particles or mega particles or whatever. It's like can use the ultimate weapon or whatever, something like that, something crazy that we'll see, like how we always, like how ZA kind of get how Arceus kind of got crazy with Palkia and Dialga. Also, what sort of side activities we'll be doing in ZA? Like how Arceus gave us stuff to do outside of research missions, Are there side missions that actually involve us in those urban redevelopment plans around Lumino City? Like how I talked about earlier, much how we was helping the residents of Jewel Life Village in Arceus. One thing I love about those side missions in Arceus was that there was legit side missions that actually matter in some way. Like it was cool seeing you help build up the town, like giving farmers a water or a ground rock type whatever to help with the farming, or fighting Chibeko, a home in the village, and then able to see it still live with the old lady house. Like I would love to see us do little urban development stuff throughout the city, and it actually like builds up the city in some way. Those will be really cool to see throughout ZA, while we're doing our ZA Royal stuff on the other side. Expanding on the idea a bit more, I can totally see us helping out AZ and Tawny and Urbane at the hotel to bring in new customers throughout the game. We can totally be bringing in like every 10 customers or whatever, and that'll give us like a star ranking or some items or whatever. Like I can totally see us starting at the hotel at like a 1-star hotel, a very unknown hotel, and then as we progress through the game doing side missions for the hotel, it'll gradually go up to a 5-star hotel. That'd be kind of cool. That'd be kind of like a cool idea to do while we're staying there. It's like example how Arceus, we lived in the Jubilife Village was our subworld. What's that subworld? Our hub world, right? That was our hub area, whatever. Our central location where we constantly come back to after research missions. So obviously, we would love to get to know the villagers and help them out and stuff like that. So I can totally see us having us come back to the hotel after because it's during the night. The battle royale is during the night, so obviously we have to come back to the hotel to sleep. So obviously we're gonna come back from the hotel. We're gonna start in the morning at the hotel, go out to the wild zones. After that, probably go back to sleep in the afternoon, whatever. Bam, ZA Royale. Bam, come back to the hotel. Vice versa, blah blah blah. So obviously we're gonna be at this hotel a lot. So obviously we're gonna be even seeing residents come in and out, whatever. AZ gonna be talking to us, Urbane, Tawny, whatever, gonna be talking to us all the time. So I can totally see us just sitting there and like doing side missions for AZ to help bring his hotel to like a 5-star hotel or whatever. And then I can totally see us, like as we doing that, we'll gradually tourists and residents will gradually come in and book rooms. So more money. Like this is also a great way to make money on the side or whatever. So this is a lot we can do with this hotel. This hotel is a great like side mission hub space for us, and I can just totally see us helping the residents of that hotel. Like maybe I don't know, we need to go get I gotta go get I don't know, a fur fruit or whatever. You know what I'm saying? We gotta go get a fur fruit or whatever, or you need to go get a go whatever. I don't know, something, a little Pokemon or whatever, to help the residents throughout the day or whatever. So it's just so cool. I can just totally see the Hotel Z being like a thing that they can talk about as like a side thing that we do, and I'm greatly looking forward to just being able to interact a little bit more with AZ, because he was kind of like there in X and Y, but he wasn't like a main focus or whatever. But here he had the chance to be a little bit more of a character. So that'd be kind of cool. And then I was kind of see Urbane and Tawny do their stuff at the hotel or whatever, and also like help us out while they're also doing the Royale. So yeah, like I said, Hotel Z is a great way for us to do side missions. I could totally see this being side missions, aside from being the Quasarticle stuff being side missions too. Like we could have urban development side missions and then hotel side missions. It could be 2 separate side missions going on that will give us a lot more stuff to do outside of just being Royale battlers. Moving on to training customization. After the disaster that was Scarlet and Violet, I am thoroughly and painfully looking forward to getting back to actual good trainer customization. No more god-awful school uniforms and biker helmets, please. I need like that French fashion that I had in X and Y. Like I need to be looking fly. I can't be having me out here in Royal looking like some ugly ass person. All right. Like the outfits we got now, they're cool. They're definitely better than Scarlet and Violet, but trust me, I got my own fashion sense, and I kind of want to be all black out there as a menace. All right, like I want to be in all black, jumping people at night. But anyway, like I said, also I want to see some good haircuts as well, because in my opinion, when it comes to male hairstyles and Pokemon, They're not always the greatest, honestly. Compared to female hairstyles, which all rock. Like most male characters in anime have like cool looking hairstyles. So I kind of hoping that they kind of lean into that a little bit more than just look at the French hairstyles, because I looked at French hairstyles for male, and dear lord, it's all fades, bro. Like it's all fades. Like I have a fade myself, but it's like I kind of want to dream a little bit here. I want to go outside the norm. I want to look. I want to look like Verso from Expedition 33. All right, I want to have luscious locks. Okay, while I'm in the ZA Royale. All right, is that too much to ask? I just want some luscious locks. Okay, that wavy hair. All right, I don't want to be having out here looking like face. Okay, but yeah. So like I said, good hairstyles, good trainer customizations. I'm pretty sure X and Y will have good trainer customization, because it's like, why wouldn't the game that actually started trainer customization have good trainer customization? But like I said, Scarlet and Violet was very limiting. Arceus had good customization, but that was definitely more closer to the culture over there. Here it's a lot more X and Y, or I guess X and Y, Calico, whatever. It's a lot more urban, so it's obviously gonna be a lot more hoodies and jackets and stuff like that. So it's like I said, it's gonna be a lot. I feel like this is gonna be the better character customization if they go from X and Y to Sun and Moon to what was it? Sword and Shield. Like, they should at least have a good foundation of okay, we're good. We're good for these 3 games. Scarlet and Violet was trash. Arceus was fine. So now we need to up it up a little bit more, right? It's a big city, so obviously a lot more fashion stuff, a lot more stores out there that can see. Also, side note, please put in icons on the map. If there's a map, please put icons so I can know where the hell to go for stuff. I feel like I don't know if whatchamacallit had it, Scarlet and Violet, but I'm pretty sure it didn't. I have to look that up. If it did, I just forget. But I'm pretty sure it was kind of just like, yeah, there's stores here. You just gotta go find them. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, let me, I know for a fact, Scarlet and Violet, not Scarlet and Violet, Sword and Shield had icons for you to on the map. It was like, okay, that's the barber, whatever. That's the clothing store. I'm pretty sure they took that out for Scarlet and Violet. I'm pretty sure. If not, you can let me know in the comments below. But like I said, I definitely want more map-friendly icons for us to see. I mean, Lumio City is a big city, right? So I'm pretty sure they're gonna give us some icons so we can know, this is the shop or whatever. This is a barber shop, whatever. This is a clothing, shoe store, hats, whatever. So like I said, good trainer customization. Good map icons for us, and I'll be all set. Another thing, will there be the X and Y trainer PR videos returning to the game? Like, I don't know if ZA Royale is supposed to be a secret thing for Lumio City or not, but how cool would it be to go to the studio and make your own promo video to promote yourself during the tournament, like how you did in X and Y, just throughout the game, promoting yourself as a trader as you took on the gym league. It sounds kind of cool. I mean, it'd be kind of cool to just have your own see it come back instead of having to wait all the way to the X and Y remakes to see them again. Or are they going to opt out and just give us a basic photo studio like Arceus had, which would be okay, but hopefully they give us more stuff to do in the photo mode, because the one in Arceus was a big lackluster in my opinion, or at least I remember, because it's been a while since I played the game. Like, I remember you being able to just go in with one single Pokemon and you can pose that, and then it was like the backgrounds were okay. It wasn't a super lot, but it was it was a okay amount. So I would love to be able to take like a full team pick and be able to position and pose my Pokemon the way I want, or at least the whatever poses they actually have available. Because like in Arceus, you could throw your whole team out, but you would have to like wait around a little bit till they till they did like a motion or whatever, or they sat down or stuff like that to get a good photo. So like I said, I would love if they do a photo mode to be able to just like be able to have the ability to pose them and kind of place them a little bit where I want, like back in the background a little bit more, or in the forefront a little bit more, stuff like that. So like I said, if there's a photo mode, I hope it's a little bit more intuitive than it was in Arceus. It'd be kind of great. And yeah, so other than that, we can move on to probably the last big thing I think it is the you know I've been waiting for it to say it, but it's like probably the biggest thing, and that's obviously megas. Like I said, the biggest thing that we need to see is new megas. We already have confirmation about most of the megas coming back, but where are the new ones at? This is the major selling point outside of the new battle system that most people are excited for, and they haven't even revealed one new mega to build up hype in the last what 4 or 5 months. Listen, like I said, I don't want to see every new one, but for like 5 months since the last direct, radio silence on new megas, which is kind of weird to me. That I figured that it'd just be kind of like the X and Y days where they'll they drop like a well, I guess Coral is kind of not, it's not finished, but they they haven't really done the Pokemon Coral thing in a long time. So I figured that it will be kind of like a similar like hype cycle where they're dropping like a mega like every month or whatever. But obviously not. I don't know what they're doing. They haven't revealed a new mega. They haven't really revealed doing anything. Pokemon marketing is always kind of weird when it comes to new games. But like I said, so like I really need to see at least one new mega. If anything, you can just show out the starters mega. Like we all kind of know that maybe Meganium could be a fairy type, whatever. People are speculating that, or according to leaks or whatever, that for Alligator gonna be a dragon type, and then obviously Emboar is gonna probably still maintain fighting. Or all right, someone said ghost, but I mean, would they really make Emboar a ghost type? Probably not. But like I said, we definitely need to see some new mega. We need to at least see the starters megas, or they need to at least see Zygarde's mega, or something. A Kalos mega will probably be the most likely thing they can show. People are saying Dragonite, which I mean, I guess people like Dragonite. I don't know why people like Dragonite so much as for him to get a mega versus a Kalos. I feel like something like Noivern will be. If I had to choose between a Dragonite and Noivern, I would rather choose Noivern to get the mega because it's Kalos related, and it's obviously like Ash had it. It kind of looks like it's the cool looking dragon type in my opinion. So like I said, or give Excadrill one or whatever, Excadrill a mega. That'd be kind of cool. Like I said, I feel like we need to see a Kalos first. If it's not the starters, it need to be a Kalos first for a mega, and then we can get Dragonite or whatever. Because Kalos got shafted. Everybody knows Kalos got shafted when it comes to new megas. Like their whole gimmick is mega, and obviously for some reason, Pokemon and Game Freak was like, you know what? Give it all to Gen 1. Charizard needs 2. Mewtwo needs 2. All right, Venusaur, Blastoise, they can get 1 too. They can get 1 too. Why not? And then Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, Star, Blaziken, Sceptile, Swampert, they can have 1. Manectric needs 1. Right? Sick. Carnivore, Gallade, they need 1. So, what about Kalos? Fuck Kalos. That's what they were saying. Who cares about Kalos, right? So obviously Kalos needs to have a major focus in ZA with megas, at least in my opinion. And then also another thing, I know this was a theory people were saying when the games were first coming out, first shown, whatever, how ZA was started from Z, the rank Z to rank A, whatever, and people were speculating that maybe there'll be a mega for every letter, which, look, that sounds cool, actually. That really sounds cool. I like the idea. The problem is, we start out with Z rank, and if you really look at the Pokemon who has Z in the name, it's not a lot. And unless you're giving Zebstrika a mega, Zangoose a mega, you're kind of limited, right? Zoroark a mega, you're not gonna give Zelowise and Zubat a mega. So then obviously people are thinking, oh, what about Zygarde? Well, yeah, but Zygarde's not gonna be in the battle royale. So like he'll be the Z mega, but it's just like, okay, okay, so the theory kind of goes to the window. But I mean, it's a cool idea. Like if anything, I can see Zygarde definitely get a mega, but he'll be the Z rank. He just wasn't in the tournament, which would be kind of cool. All right, but then it's like, okay, but then next up we have Y, and then it's like, okay, so now is Yamega, mega, like Evitil, and see now, you know what I'm saying? Yamask, Yama, see, like our theory is going out the theory goes out the window. Like it's like Xerneas, Evitil, and Zygarde can be X, Y, and Z. And then obviously you can have, I don't know, going up looking at W's, Weavile. Be kind of cool, favorite Pokemon. But then it's like, you know, we're like the idea, the theory idea about every like a makeup for every letter is kind of cool. But then we actually sit there and look about actually the Pokemon who names coincide with it, with the letter. You're very limited actually. I mean, like you, like Umbreon, Ursaring, Urshifu, Uxie, like unknown, like Ursaluna. Like you're not gonna get Ursaluna Mega. Obviously, you're not gonna get Ursaring. Urshifu has a Dynamax. Uxie, I mean, you're not gonna give a Mythical Omega that's Uxie. Zeraora probably, but not Uxie. And who cares about Unfezant, right? And you obviously not gonna get Umbreon Omega. So like I said, it's the idea was cool, right? But when you sit down and break it down, it really stops at like Tyranitar has a Mega. Okay, that's T, and then you go all the way up to it's a lot of T Pokemon. Jesus Christ, I'm looking at the list right now. You go up to S. Okay, now we have what? Swampert. Okay, next you go all the way up to damn Jesus Christ, a lot of S. There's a lot of S Pokemon. People saying Skarmory, that could be an S2. Who else? Damn, Jesus Christ. Dude. Sceptile, another S. Salamence, another S. We go to R. We have nobody for a Mega Rayquaza, but Rayquaza's not gonna be in Royale. So like I said, the idea was cool. It's just when you sit down and break it down the list of Pokemon by name, it definitely doesn't work. But like I said, it was cool. But I can totally see a Mega for every rank, but it just won't be related to the name. So like I said, good theory. Just tweak a little bit. But other than that, like I say, we just need a new Mega, right? It's about 26 letters in the alphabet. We can have 26 Megas to fight in. That'll be a very cool thing to do, and obviously be able to fix a major problem X and Y had. And that if you really look at it, X and Y doesn't use Megas actually to the length that it should have done. Barely any gym leader uses Megas. Barely any Elite Four uses Mega, and then outside of what Lysander and then Diantha, who do you really remember using Megas? Like barely anybody. And I don't think even the rematch team had Megas. So it's like they had a gimmick, but unlike in Sun and Moon and Scarlet and Violet and Sword and Shield, where everybody at least had the gimmick, Z moves, Dynamax, Terrestrialization. X and Y, they made the best gimmick in my opinion. But the problem is, for some reason, it was obviously this was the first time doing this, and they obviously learned that we need to get everybody, what so and so, and then everybody needs to do it. Like this is the game to correct a lot of wrongs that they done in X and Y. So, like I said, new Megas showcase people having the Megas, and then we'll be able to fully enjoy Mega Evolution how it should be. Also, another side note. I hope they tell us how to get Mega Evolutions in the trailer. Just tease it about like, okay, we can get Mega Evolutions a lot earlier than having to wait a long time. Because obviously in the trailer we have access to it, but I don't know what at what point or what rank we actually get it. So I definitely want us to be able to access Mega Evolutions at least a lot earlier throughout the game. So I don't want to start at Z and then we're gonna get Megas until I don't know N or O rank or K rank or whatever, N rank or whatever, like halfway through the game, whatever, and then like okay, it's halfway the game you don't really use Megas, but at least give me maybe like a 1/4 of the way through I get Megas and I get to play throughout the game. So yeah, like I said. New Megas. We need to see new Megas, and I hope we see new Megas in the trailer. So there's just a lot of information that we don't really know so far right now and about Legends EA, and hopefully in this next direct we get some of our questions answered. So like I said, it'd be great to see some things shown, some things answered, and it'll be good time just all around. But before I end my predictions, let me say this here. I fully expect that there will be no Gen 10 mention in this direct. I know Pokemon fans can be a bit delusional when it comes to getting their hopes up and all that. But guys, we gotta be serious here. Thinking that Game Freak is gonna announce Gen 10 and take away from ZA hype is kind of ridiculous in my opinion. To me, when the 30th anniversary of Pokemon is next year and they can just announce Gen 10 then, is a way better a thing to do than announce it in the next direct and take away from champions in ZA. Like, you get a whole year to promote Gen 10 while also letting ZA be the star of the show for 2025. There are some people thinking that Game Freak might drop Gen 10 on Pokemon Day 2026. Like, we gotta use our brains here, people. Announcing Gen 10 next week to then have to promote not only that game, but Champions, which isn't out yet, and ZA, which isn't out yet, within 6 months until Pokemon Day from now? No. Guys, come on, no, they're not doing that. Gen 10 is not gonna be shown this. Come on, y'all. We gotta think more. Like, look, when they constantly go radio silent for months when it comes to promoting their games, is ridiculous. So you expect them to promote Gen 10 all of a sudden within 6 months? Come on, no. Even then, you shift the focus entirely away from Champions in ZA as Gen 10 becomes the main focal point of discussion. Even more so, you miss out on the holiday season where you can make the bulk of your money than to take away sales from ZA. Like, we gotta use our brains here. I know we delusion. I know Pokemon fans are delusional. I know they are. Trust me, I know they are. I've seen it for years. Listen, Gen 10 ain't gonna be shown in this next direct. Quote me on that. Quote me on that in this video right here. If it is, look, I'll go on camera and say, look, y'all all right. Gen 10, they announced Gen 10, but look, I'm pretty sure they ain't, and I can bet whatever on that. So I can't say bet money, but I can bet, you know, whatever, a face, not face or feel, you already see my face. Listen, like I said, I bet an apology, okay, a nice thorough apology to Pokemon fans, but like I said, I don't think I'm gonna lose that bet. Another crazy thing I heard is that people are thinking that they'll announce Black and White remakes here. Listen, I love to laugh. I'm a jokester myself, you know what I'm saying? I love pranks, I love jokes and all that stuff. This gotta be a joke, right? There ain't no way some of y'all thinking they're gonna announce Black and White remakes at this direct. Like, let me bring you back to Earth here, right? Let me bring you back down to Earth. There is no way those games are getting announced next week either, okay? Y'all leave those ideas for next year, because we don't know anything about Champions and the bare minimum about Let's ZA. So right now, like, I don't want to know about Black and White remakes. I need to know. I want to know about Champions and ZA. What are those games, right? I don't think I need to see Gen 10 or Black and White remakes at this point. I just want to see what the hell ZA and Champions is about. I just want to see, you know, more information about those games. Like, hold your rapid ashes, people. Hold your mustails. Let Game Freak get these games out first. Then we can think about Black and White and Gen 10. It's like, all right, like, let's bring the delusions back down. All right, let's bring it back down a little bit here. All right, all those hopes and dreams, you're gonna be disappointed. I know you will. I know you are. Sometimes, look, I know Pokemon fans are mad. I'm always mad at Pokemon games. Don't go into these directs thinking that it's gonna be sunshine and rainbows for y'all. That is not how these direct goes, right? There's always some disappointment coming their way. So, like I said, general rule for Pokemon directs is to keep your expectations low. At least that's what I learned over the years. So I don't come away and be disappointed. Either way, the direct should still be fun to watch and see what Pokemon has been cooking for all these months, since we won't have to wait a little bit longer. So I'm excited to watch the next direct. So those are my predictions and expectations for the upcoming direct. Let me know yours in the comment below, and right down there to try to convince me that Gen 10 and Black and White will be shown. Leave me a like on the video. I would greatly appreciate it. And without further ado, that'll be all for this video, and I'll talk to y'all in the next one. Later.